Sports on the Bayou is brought to you by our naming sponsors, Alford and Associates, protecting your business, benefiting your employees. St. Martin and Bork, attorneys at law, know your rights. And Rouse's Markets, the official supermarket of the New Orleans Saints. On today's show, we'll talk plenty of sports, Saints, LSU, Nichols, and high school with a live audience full of energy. Other participating corporate sponsors include Terrebonne General Community Sports Institute, Gen Gators Power Systems, South Louisiana Bank, Quality Rental Tools, Barca Honda, and by Louisiana and Beyond, a new series brought to you by Edison Schwest Offshore. Now from the Eugene J. False and Lorraine False Studios in Houma, Louisiana, here's the freaks of football, Bobby, Rich, Mike, Martin, Harry, Stan, and Chuck. It's time for Sports on the Bayou.
Good evening, everyone. Welcome to another year of Sports on the Bayou. Mike Detillier, new knee, Bobby Hebert. Look how slim and trim he is. Oh, man, Bobby's ready to put the helmet and the shoulder pads
I'm
on.
only 10 pounds more than my playing weight, so I'm staying at 235. Martin, I was this way last year, and Martin thought I was going to get fatter. He goes like, what? I go, no, I'm still 235.
Well, you said you wanted to be in your Speedos for next year, so there you go.
No, I wouldn't go that far.
Don't do that. Martin, don't throw the bait out for him. Do that. Rich, you got anything new or old on you?
I can wear a Speedo. There's a reason why they call me the Cannon.
I have to follow that.
We're starting already, folks.
I got a new, if it makes any difference, I got a new hip, too. So my whole right side is now titanium. I got a new knee, a new hip. That's all I want. I'm good. Thank you very much.
So we
Leslie got one, too.
Yeah, Lester got one, so we can all set off all the stuff in the when we go to the airport.
They know me now. They just go, okay, you go to the circle right there.
We'll be back with more Sports on the Bayou.
Sports on the Bayou is brought to you by Rouse's Markets, official supermarket of the New Orleans Saints. Alford and Associates, protecting your business, benefiting your employees. And St. Martin and Bork, attorneys at law, know your rights. When we come back, who's in the crowd?
Every day, thousands of people hit the road heading towards their dreams. But sometimes those dreams collide with a harsh reality. Auto accidents with 18-wheelers can change lives in an instant. That's why you need the experience and expertise of St. Martin and Bork. With over 50 years of experience, St. Martin and Bork have fought for justice for the victims of truck accidents.
If you've been in a wreck with an 18-wheeler, know your rights.
Call St. Martin and Bork today to schedule your free consultation.
Selecting an insurance provider for your business is a big decision.
With over 26 years of experience, our Alford team is your solution for quality and proven coverage.
The customer service you remember from years ago is what we pride our team on.
We know how important your company is to the community.
From small businesses to large businesses, Alford & Associates can manage your insurance. It's our job.
Alford & Associates, benefiting your employees and protecting your business.
Rouse's Markets is voted best grocery store in New Orleans, best grocery store in Baton Rouge, Mississippi, Gulf Coast, Thibodaux, Houma, Hammond, Lake Charles, Mobile, year after year. Thank you for choosing us best grocery store on the Gulf Coast. Number one. Thank you.
Thank you.
The number one grocery store
in Mississippi, Alabama,
Louisiana. 1 million customers a week can't be wrong. Welcome to Rouse's.
Sports on the Bayou is also brought to you by our corporate sponsors, Terrebonne General Community Sports Institute, Gen Gators Power Systems, South Louisiana Bank, Quality Rental Tools, Barker Honda, Edison Schwest Offshore. Now, back to Sports on the Bayou.
We're back here on Sports on the Bayou. Martin got a great crowd here today. at the HTV studios.
Yeah, we're still waiting on a couple of stragglers, but Owen Trusclair is going to help me do it today. He threw for 240 and ran for 211 in one game as quarterback.
That got to be
4 touchdowns.
Martin, that got to be a record.
That's unbelievable.
Yeah.
No, not the 240, but usually you can throw for 240 and run for 100 plus. But what did you say he ran for?
Something.
211.
211.
Okay, who did he do this against?
Thomas Jefferson.
Oh.
I didn't do that in my whole career. I didn't have those stats.
Really good.
He did it in one game.
Sound like he did it against Holy Sisters of the Poor, huh?
Yeah.
No, I thought he was going to say Central Lafourche.
Oh, my, you're going to catch me.
All right, here we go. So Owen's he earned the spot up here to be up here. So Owen, here's your shot. Let's rock and roll, baby.
I would like to start by announcing the sponsors. Alfred and Associates.
That's one of our naming sponsors. Raise your hand over there. Erica wore green today, so we wouldn't call her up. They are a perennial sponsor. Here we go.
The Law Office of St. Martin and Bork.
All right, there they are. And they gave it to Houma PD today. Chuck is on special assignment. And next?
Rouse's Markets.
Okay, there they are. They coming in. Rouse's is wavering in right now. See Harley and Tim and Allie and all them. And Casey used to shoot a basketball pretty good. All right, let's keep on rocking.
Terrebonne General Community Sports Institute.
Stan's got his crew over here, and he's going to be up here featured later, so we appreciate them.
Jen Gators Power Systems.
All right, and Jen Gators gave up their seats to Terrebonne General today. They'll be back next week.
Right. Edison's West Offshore.
They're on the way. You know, that's a new sponsor with a new show that we have coming up. So I'm going to tell you all about that later.
Okay.
All right.
Barker Honda.
Look at Lester and his crew. Lester always brings the high-powered people with it.
Lester's hip.
Let me tell you.
He's hip.
And we got news next week on Lester. We're not going to break it this week, right, Lester? All right. I know people are going, what the hell are you talking about, Mark? Next week. All right.
South Louisiana Bank.
There we go. South Louisiana Bank in the house.
Oh, there's Tim Acosta in the house. Yeah.
All right.
Happy birthday, Tim. Yeah.
There you go, Tim.
That's all right.
Quality Rental Tools.
What's that?
Quality Rental Tools.
Where's Quality? In the corner over there. There they are. They're hiding in the corner over there. Keep rocking.
Terrebonne Parish Consolidated Government.
All right. I don't know where they at. They might be running late, too. It's the first show, folks. There's a lot of traffic out there. We're trying to get everybody in. All right.
Louisiana Cajun Bayou.
All right. Louisiana Cajun Bayou. Waiting on them, too. Keep going. They got that HTV crew back there. I see him with Jason. Harry's a little worried about his heart, so he's sitting next to CIS, right? All right, good deal. All right, who we got next?
GIS Engineering.
Raise your hand, guys. That's the up and coming right there. All right.
Ray Maya is in the house.
That's it.
Yeah.
And who's behind him? You know that Councilman Steve Trosclair? Is that related to you?
That's my grandpa.
I knew that. Look at Ron, your dad there, too. All right, keep on going.
Explore Houma.
Explore Houma, yeah. All right, they do a great job for our area.
Terrebonne Parish School District and South Central Louisiana Houma Service Authority.
All right, there you go. Look at Sandra, the assistant superintendent here with her crew, and we call it SHLA. SHLA for short. That's the abbreviation, okay? Say that one more time.
SHLA for short.
You got it. You got it. All right, next up.
Retired coaches and Falls family.
All right, look at Coach Albert, Mr. Donnie, and my Aunt Miriam, who's dying to win the raffle one time in her life. We're going to get it, Donnie and Francis. So
I'm putting you on the spot. Where do you get your talent from? Your grandma or your grandpa? You know. Oh.
My mom's side.
Wait, his daddy was a pretty good ball player.
You know, I would say the same thing, even though I'm an A-Bear. I'm telling you, the Galliano.
Yeah.
You know who you look at in the family who could throw and all that kind of stuff? No, there is not. Everybody contributes to the gene pool, but it's usually you can look at size or your athletic ability, who you get. Oh,
yeah, but they're not throwing a flag on me, but you got yours from the McCoy side, not the Hatfield side.
Yeah.
All right, we're going to take a break, but going to this break, look at the monitors. We thought we'd let Bobby take us to the first break on Sports on the Bayou.
Oh, when the Saints go marching in. Oh, when the Saints go marching in.
When we come back, Saints Talk. You won't want to miss this.
Selecting an insurance provider for your business is a big decision.
With over 26 years of experience, our Alford team is your solution for quality and proven coverage.
The customer service you remember from years ago is what we pride our team on.
We know how important your company is to the community.
From small businesses to large businesses, Alford & Associates can manage your insurance. It's our job.
Alford & Associates, benefiting your employees and protecting your business.
Structural heart disease refers to a defect in the heart's valves, walls, or chambers that keeps the heart from pumping blood properly. Valve or structural heart problems may be present at birth or develop over time. Your risk increases if you have high blood pressure, plaque buildup, history of heart attack, take certain medications, or have certain heart infections. The Structural Heart Program at CIS and Terrebonne General provides innovative solutions and devices with the latest technology to bring the best possible outcomes for patients. Learn more at cardio.com.
Sports on the Bayou is brought to you by St. Martin and Bourke Attorneys at Law. Know your rights. Alford and Associates, protecting your business, benefiting your employees. And by Rouse's Markets, official supermarket of the New Orleans Saints. Now, back to Sports on the Bayou.
Back here on Sports on the Bayou. Guys, last Sunday, Cardinals with a 2013 win over the Saints. To be honest with you, the play was better than I thought it would be. I didn't think the Saints were going to look as efficient as they did on offense and defense.
They still don't score, though.
But I get it. But they actually moved the football a lot better than they did in preseason.
They did that in training camp. They can't score in the red zone. Before I'm going to let Rich go, because, Rich, I don't want to be long-winded. Hello.
Yeah. What an oxymoron that is. I don't want to be long-winded.
Hey, but you know how bad it is right now, and it's the modern-day NFL? Do you know the last 7 games, the Saints have not even scored 20 points? The last time they won, you remember we beat the Giants like, 14-11 or something? Whatever. We blocked the
It was Brian Brisset. Blocked the field goal.
That's why I thought that might be a good omen. He did that against the Cardinals. But no, we have not scored 20 points 7 games in a row. Come on. I'm telling you, we're going to win. It's going to be like 17-13, something like that. And that's what we got to hope for the defense.
And this weekend, look what you catch. The 49ers, and they're not going to have George Kittle. Very questionable with Brock Purdy at quarterback. McCaffrey's banged up. Trent Williams, he ain't a young dude no more. And they got an older defense. It's not who you play, when you play them.
We catch the 49ers at the right time. We could beat them, I'm telling you. You think, no, we could beat the 49ers. If they all banged up, they were banged up last year. They only won 6 games.
And they come off a really tough game against Seattle, too.
I think you guys are right. You know, Bobby and I, we were at an event the other day. Ricky Jackson had the man-up thing for prostate screenings and stuff, which is a great event.
All y'all get screened, blood work.
Absolutely.
Don't be like your grandpas, great-grandpas. Go get tested.
Yeah.
Catch it early. I don't need to go to the doctor. I'm not sick. No, when you're sick, it's too late.
Yeah.
I mean, that was
go.
100
That's my
people,
PSA announcement.
Yeah, that was very good. No, and kudos to Ricky Jackson for standing up and acknowledging that. But at that event, Bobby says, "Boy," I said, "What are you thinking?" He said, "Boy, Saints aren't very good. They're going to be struggling."
Well,
so I had that in the back of my mind. And knowing, I mean, I see what's happening. Last year was a disaster, and they had a lot of holes to fill. But I'm like Mike, I think I was very impressed with Rattler. You don't turn the ball over. I mean, that's a major improvement.
He was efficient.
He was, his stats weren't great, but still, he didn't turn the ball over. He did enough to win the game.
Come on, Juwan Johnson's got to make that catch.
Catch that ball.
I understand Buda Baker comes in and rakes it out, but you got to catch it.
And you got to be able, now defense, I mean, Cam Jordan had the game of his life.
You know, the one thing with no turnovers, we won minus, one positive. We're just 0, a turnover margin. But Cam and all said this, and Demario Davis, for us to be opportunistic and win, we got to take away the football. Because it's amazing, Mike, you know, if you +1, you usually win. If you +2, you win like 80% of the time. So the way we got to win, whether it's ugly or whatever, we got to protect the football and take it away. And that's what we haven't done.
And the deep, when your safety the leading tackler, it's not a good thing either.
And then now you've lost
tackles.
Now you've lost Julian Blackman.
Yeah, that's critical.
He tore his labrum in the first game last year. He started 14 games for the Colts with a torn labrum. He tears the other part of the labrum, same shoulder. He went home, didn't realize it, and then all of a sudden, he's got the same sort of injury just on the other side of the labrum to get reworked.
Well, you're not going to win, though, when this simple thing. I always look at the numbers. Oh, Bobby's not about the numbers. Yeah, it is. It's pros versus pros. You don't realize. That's why I'm telling you right now, the Saints will win a game. They're not going to go.
When it's going to be.
It might be in November. But
it's harder to lose every game than to win a game. So right here, 5 of the Saints' 10 offensive possessions were undermined by penalties. You can't do that.
They have 13
behind
penalties.
the sticks. Too many damn penalties. You're not going to win. Look, you won't win. Committed 13 penalties, and Groupie was like perfect. He missed a 37-yard field goal. That's like an extra point. But all of that has to go right for us, or then you snake bit.
Somebody told me, man, Bobby Jenks Groupie is the best kicking job I've ever seen when you're talking about
training camp history, when I was playing or observing. Now, I'm talking about this is going on since the early 80s. 40 years, I have never seen a kicker. And I went to dinner with Martin Anderson. Martin said, no, I missed at least 4 or 5 kicks in training camp. Groupie was like 53 or 54. And then...
Don't go away. Harry McCullough talks Nicholls State and also a feature of the week.
Rouse's Markets is voted best grocery store in New Orleans, best grocery store in Baton Rouge, Mississippi, Gulf Coast, Thibodeau, Houma, Hammond, Lake Charles, Mobile, year after year. Thank you for choosing us best grocery store on the Gulf Coast. Number 1. Thank you.
Thank you.
The number 1 grocery store
In Mississippi, Alabama,
Louisiana. 1 million customers a week can't be wrong. Welcome to Rouse's.
Every day, thousands of people hit the road heading towards their dreams. But sometimes those dreams collide with a harsh reality. Auto accidents with 18-wheelers can change lives in an instant. That's why you need the experience and expertise of St. Martin & Bork. With over 50 years of experience, St. Martin & Bork have fought for justice for the victims of truck accidents.
If you've been in a wreck with an 18-wheeler, know your rights.
Call St. Martin & Bork today to schedule your free consultation.
Selecting an insurance provider for your business is a big decision.
With over 26 years of experience, our Offered team is your solution for quality and proven coverage.
The customer service you remember from years ago is what we pride our team on.
We know how important your company is to the community.
From small businesses to large businesses, Alford & Associates can manage your insurance. It's our job.
Alford & Associates, benefiting your employees and protecting your business.
Sports on the Bayou is brought to you by Alford & Associates, protecting your business, benefiting your employees. Rouse's Markets, official supermarket of the New Orleans Saints. And St. Martin & Bork Attorneys at Law. Know your rights. Now, back to more Sports on the Bayou.
We're back here on Sports on the Bayou. The Hall of Famer H. Harry McCullough is with us. H, I hope you don't have too many highlights of Nicholls and West Georgia.
We got a touchdown.
Okay. Man, it was bad. When you give up over 300 yards rushing, that's not good. You ain't winning no game that way.
Week 0, we were feeling so good about it.
Yeah, sure enough.
Look, they really...
I'm blaming Lester. He got the big head after they beat the corner word, and then all he goes, and then look where they were ranked.
Tough schedule, they really are. I mean, they got Mike, you were telling me it's 32 Division I transfers.
Transfer to West Georgia.
To West Georgia. So
the transfer portal, that's why, And then
I like to see the rap sheet on some of them guys. You know how the transfers are.
Bobby always says, man, they got people in Georgia.
No, there's a lot of people. Like the city of Atlanta has over the metropolitan, like over 6.5 million people. In Louisiana, we have like 4.5 million people in the whole state.
Right.
So no, there's a lot in Gwinnett County. Where T-Mom and I grew up, remember Little League and all? Cameron Hayward and all. No, in Gwinnett County. Put it this way, the Shorty Howe Playground in Gwinnett County, they got a statue of George Rogers. You ever heard of George Rogers? He won the Heisman. He didn't even go to Georgia. He went to South Carolina to play with the Saints. So, no, they got players. Wherever there's people, they got players.
But all those Georgia guys, they do Clemson, they do Georgia, they do all of those
Florida,
teams.
all of, yeah.
Florida.
You got some highlights for us?
We do, yeah. So
Was that what you're here for?
West Georgia Wolves. I'd never really kind of heard of Wolves.
The Wolves.
The Wolves got it going. The Wolves had
heard of the St. Paul Wolves.
The Wolves had 342 yards rushing.
Yow.
They only have like 7 of 21 passing, but this is one of the touchdown passes. As they get a touchdown there, they take a 7-0 lead. Now the Colonels did, of those passing yards, they got 2 interceptions, and they also this is not one of them. But they got 2 interceptions, and they also got
So they were opportunistic.
They got 3 turnovers in the first half. They only got 3 points out of all of those turnovers in the first half. So the offense wasn't really getting it done. We're kicking it around right there, but we jump on it there. It did lead to a field goal later on.
At least they get an off week this coming week, and then
so they got good field position.
So we make this long field goal, huh? 7-3.
Yeah, so 7-3, and that's Nolan Harris with the field goal there. But then Gabriel Showalter, that was the field goal. This is Widener again.
It's one of the few completions in the game.
Right, he had 7 completions in the game, and he threw 2 interceptions. So they took the lead 14-3 there, and then they continue to move on as they go in for another one. Like I said, 342 yards rushing the ball. So the Colonels couldn't really get it stopped, and their defense looked so good in that week 0 game. They were really good. Here's one of the long passes. As they throw it up, they get a completion down, and they get the touchdown there. It's good work there. On the reception is Deuce Hogan goes to Jackson Dufresne for 44 yards there. Here's a replay of it. But it was 34-3 at that point. It ends at 34-10. So the Colonels do fall to 1-2 on the year. They do have a bye. Then they play Texas State, and not another layup. So
I was talking to Coach last night about Texas State. If y'all old school, remember Texas State used to be Southwest Texas State, the Bobcats, and San Marcos. You know, Texas State, Southwest Texas has over 40,000 students.
Right.
We're talking about a big school, and now they're all excited. You know why? They joining the Pac-12.
Say they were going to go into Pac-12.
Yeah,
40,000 students is like a small town.
Yeah.
You know, when you look at it, to have that university.
Somebody matriculated at Penn State.
Yeah, is that yeah.
Oh yeah, Rick.
But so anyway, like I say, they were ranked. They were ranked 22nd in one poll, 25th in another poll. So they still got a shot, but it's going to, they got to get their
what's a big game in Southland Conference? Lamar beat South Dakota Coyotes.
No, that is a big win for them. We'll be back with more sports on the Bayou.
Right after the break, it's LSU time. Stick around. It's getting good.
At Terrebonne General Health System, we believe that health is a journey best traveled together. As your dedicated partner in wellness for over 70 years, we are committed to providing comprehensive, compassionate care. From preventive services, primary and specialty care, to advanced treatments, Terrebonne is French for good earth. And good health here on the good earth sounds just right. Together, we can achieve a healthier, happier future for you and your family. Discover more at tghealthsystem.com.
Since 1988, Quality Rental Tools has provided specialized products to the oil and gas industry. Our locations allow for quick service to both land and marine operations. At Quality Rental, our name represents our commitment to our customers. Our uncompromising principles help us remain a strong and vibrant member of the oil and gas industry. To order any of our products for offshore and land needs, call us today at 1-888-922-3449. Quality Rental Tools, our name says it all.
At South Louisiana Bank, we're great at banking, but we're great at a lot of other stuff too.
Is that a new rod and reel?
Hey, a girl's got a fish. We care about the community we live in and the people we serve. We're not just like you. We are you.
Are you boiling crawfish?
No, just letting them soak.
We're proud to be here and work for the place and the people we love. South Louisiana Bank. It's in the name.
Sports on the Bayou is brought to you by Rouse's Markets, official supermarket of the New Orleans Saints. Alford & Associates, protecting your business, benefiting your employees. and St. Martin and Bork attorneys at law. Know your rights. Now, back with more Sports on the Bayou.
Back here on Sports on the Bayou, guys. LSU 20-7 win over Louisiana Tech. You knew there was going to be a letdown. Man, you had hyped up that Clemson game so much. What, it was 27.5 points. I try to talk Charlie, our producer. Man, what, you can't say LSU's going to beat them by 40 points. Well, that's not going to happen.
Yeah.
Offensively, they didn't play well. Their defense came to play, gave up a cheap touchdown late. But it was the injuries on offense that really is the story. First play of the game, you lose your starting center, Braylon Moore.
So, Mike, you taking Florida in the points then?
You damn right. It's a gambling thing. It does work.
It's all about the money.
But no, he goes to center. He has a stat about when the starting center.
When the starting center doesn't play that next week, you do not cover the spread 80% of the time.
Where do you come up with all these stats?
No, the goal sheet.
This stuff?
The goal sheet had that.
I fish. I don't do all this stuff. I don't know where they come up with all these numbers.
Goal sheet. No, that's the ones who bet for life, and they need to go to Gamblers Anonymous.
Oh, yeah, right. You know, like Buddy used to tell me, you got to be a degenerate gambler to bet on preseason, and you're talking to one. Because Buddy would bet on preseason game. But, man, again, offensively, they never seemed to be in a rhythm after Braylon Moore went down.
How disappointing offensive line.
Man, their offensive line's El Stinko.
They shut out Southeastern 24-0. Louisiana Tech got a good defense, no offense. But LSU's offensive line, they got humbled. And, I mean, it was like, I got this stat right here. If you look at Thomas with that 43-yard run, then Harlem Berry had, Harlem Berry had the 43-yard run. Thomas had the 48-yard run. But then there was a time where we had like 32 carries, 35 yards.
They were getting stuffed in the backfield. Let's go to the highlights of LSU's 20-7 win over Louisiana Tech. Garrett Nussmeier back to pass, throws it up the field.
That was not a Heisman pass.
No, that was a bad throw.
That was on the throw.
They got to throw it to the outside. It's got to be the outside all the time. Nothing on the inside.
One of you seeing more and more, Zaven Thomas used more as a running back.
Yeah,
he breaks out into the open field, 48 yards, sets up a short field for the Tigers.
And Mike he's doing more as a runner than a receiver, right?
Yep, they got a ton of receivers. And Nussmeier looking around, and he finds the transfer portal guy from Oklahoma, Nick Anderson, for the touchdown. And then Nussmeier swings it out into the flat. Barry Brown really had a strong game. Transfer guy from University of Kentucky catches the football, sets up a field goal by Ramos. He's on the retirement plan at LSU. Man, it seems like he's been there like 10 years. Then Nussmeier over the middle. Barry Brown.
Great move.
And he's got some speed. He also helped you in the return game. Gets it to the 9-yard line. And then another score by the Tigers. But that's it for us touchdown-wise. LSU really struggled all game long trying to get anything going. And, Bob, you brought it up with the running game, just wasn't there. Nussmeier back to pass, feeling a little bit of heat, but throws it downfield. And, again, Barry Brown, big plays.
And then, I don't know if LSU, they probably were. A big win against Clemson. You have a letdown. We could beat Louisiana Tech. I think the same thing happened to Florida. And they're losing to South Florida, and Gainesville. I mean, come on.
But, Bobby, you can't turn that switch on and off. The good teams are consistent.
The worst thing is in life, sports too, complacency.
Right.
And I think I got this. It's easy.
It's kind of an MO with Kelly, those teams. He seems to have that. He can't motivate them in the second.
Early in the season.
Yeah.
He's had some difficulties doing that. And, again, this is where LSU, I think, will be able to make some hay here. Aaron Anderson, too. And we didn't bring him up, but just how good of a player he is at wide receiver. But Harlem Berry, the young freshman running back, I think you got to get him a few more touches.
Without a doubt.
Because of his speed. He's not the biggest guy in the world.
But then they brought down, then they got to kick a field goal.
goal.
Yeah, and you got to take the points then. So.
Again, 23-7 with the victory. But, guys, Florida comes in this week. The Gators, and Billy Napier is feeling some heat after losing to South Florida. How could you lose that game? You had it late. You got a player spit on another guy that sets up the short field.
We set a good example.
Just don't spit on nobody.
We set a good example in the NFL.
I saw Jalen Carter do it.
That's disgusting. I mean, these kids,
I used to
that's
spit on my
disgusting.
face mask, and I always and it'd be hanging. Hey, Barry, you're so gross. Why do you have that?
All right.
What I would do, I'd take my fingers and wipe the face mask to grip the ball. But I'm not spitting on nobody. Come on. You can't do that. Nothing wrong with spitting. How many times you see baseball players where they scratching, where they spitting? Come on. You know.
I knew it would get there eventually.
Yeah.
You know what? I knew it would get there.
Yeah, but you can't just go spit on nobody. That's so disrespectful. Come on.
Well, it's a lack of discipline. That drives me crazy, that kind of stuff, because there's no place for it. And look at the kids who are watching it. That's the other thing. When the NFL's doing it, all the kids are doing it, and that's not acceptable.
But the heat is really on Billy. He survived the last year after a really bad start. If he loses this game, boy, the heat's going to really be turned up on him. Look at that schedule, because you know who played the following week? They play Miami or Florida.
Miami's
and
good.
it don't get any easier. It doesn't get any easier for Florida.
Maybe more on the hot seat because they so spoiled with Saban. Would be
Alabama,
who's going? Yeah, Alabama or Napier or
no? It's Billy. It's Billy because.
But you know how the fans
Kalen DeVer.
Yeah,
I think he's got like a $70 million buyout.
Oh, okay.
You got that kind of money?
Well, they had some lady, I think, on some podcast that said
that.
I heard that.
So if I win the lottery, I'm
going to buy out Kalen DeVore's contract.
What you going to do with the money you win? Like all this millions of dollars in lottery knows I'm going to buy out his contract and get rid of him. You know how many people would say that? Only Alabama fans.
But you know what? Who in their right mind is going to follow someone like Saban? I mean, that's the worst job.
You never want to be the man to follow.
You want to be the second guy.
That's right.
You never want to be.
Three different guys turned that down.
Yeah, of course.
3 different guys. We'll be back with more sports on the Bayou.
Coming up, Chuck Bork or his sit-in will be here for What's Up, Chuck?
Edison Schwest Offshore is more than a fleet. We're an interconnected network of vessels, logistics hubs, and a fast-growing workforce of over 19,000 dedicated professionals across the globe. From the United States to Brazil and the Middle East to Southeast Asia, Schwest provides cutting-edge solutions to a worldwide community. And in the face of evolving demands across the industry, we are committed to operating as the best in the world.
If you're still fixing your car, that's real cute. Why don't you just drive a Honda? The most American-made gas-powered brand, reliable, safe, high quality, and built to last. There's no need to repair what doesn't break. Where reliability meets rebellion, that's the swagger and style of Honda. Because when your car is in the shop, ours is on the road. And remember, it's better at BarkerHonda.com.
Gen Gators Power Systems is the area's leading Kohler standby generator solution, specializing in maintenance, repair, and installation on all major brands, from gas to diesel and 2kW to 2000. Home or commercial, our team has you covered. Our factory-certified technicians and installers are highly trained to provide response and repair when you need it the most. We service what we sell, period. Trust the Gen Gators, where we sink our teeth in the service.
Sports on the Bayou is also brought to you by our corporate sponsors: Terrebonne General Community Sports Institute, Gen Gators Power Systems, South Louisiana Bank, Quality Rental Tools, Barker Honda, Edison Schwest Offshore. Now, back to Sports on the Bayou.
Back here on Sports on the Bayou, it's our What's Up Chuck segment, but Chuck isn't here today. He's coordinating and supervising. So, Martin, you got it.
Chuck's on a major case right now. So what we're going to do, get your raffle tickets ready. It's coming up in a couple of segments. Not yet. Allie's going to help us with that. Tim's going to help us pull. We got 2 prizes today. But, Mike, before we get to Keith asking the question, happy birthday, brother.
Thank you, brother. I appreciate it. I appreciate it.
Bobby, you want to lead us on happy birthday?
He's a senior citizen now. He's a senior citizen now, right?
You know,
Martin,
he hit his
don't have him sing to me, please.
Got to. It's a tradition.
It's a rule. Birthday like me, so, you know.
Okay, Bobby, 3, 2, 1.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday birthday, dear mine. Happy birthday to you.
All right.
Thank you, Bob. I appreciate it.
Yeah.
I like the AI version better than that.
Yes,
No, the one you had on before that really wasn't real was a much better version.
We'll get you a nice present for next week.
Thank you. You won't have him sing for me, right?
No, we get Keith. You're making my eyes water. Keith, you got to. I'm thinking of something that's deviant. All right, Keith, you got a question?
I do. So, guys, it's really interesting. We talked about LSU and the Saints both struggling in the red zone. What is it that makes a difference for the teams that get to that next level, those playoff teams? I don't know, Mike, if there's some statistic, but what do we do for both teams to get better in the red zone? What do
you got to win up
talent. You got
to win up front. Hey, the worst thing for defense is everybody wants to have a passing touchdown, all that, is when they know you're going to run, and so what? We're still going to run and we're going to score. Look what happened to Nichols. Yeah. You think West Georgia, when they got in the red zone, they wasn't going to run? No, something as simple as that. Are you winning in the trenches? As fans, we follow the football.
Right.
Now, you have to throw now and then, but when you're going to have and be in that 60%, so like if you're in the red zone 4 times, you don't think it makes a difference. You can't score 1 time. You got to be at least 2 out of 4, if not 3 out of 4.
Right.
And when Drew Brees and Sean Payton and all were clicking, they were like 65% and all. That's the difference of winning and losing. Are you scoring touchdowns or settling for field goals?
Yeah, not everybody's Jaden Daniels.
Yeah.
Or what we saw Sunday night with Josh Allen. That was
Incredible.
A performance of a lifetime.
Right.
But look what it took for him to get a win over the Ravens. Bob and I both picked the Ravens to get to the Super Bowl. The Ravens really have a better team.
Yeah.
It was
good
a
defense.
Superman
That game
effort.
was your Super Bowl.
It was a Superman effort.
Me and Mike, we think on the same wavelength. We did not even talk about this. I don't know who you got winning. We both have the Ravens and the Packers in the Super Bowl.
Yeah, I like
Wow.
And this before, with the trade with Dallas, with the Cowgirls. But I mean, to me, it's all up to the Jordan Love. If Jordan Love's play well, watch out for the Packers. But I still have the Ravens win it. Even though they lost to the Bills, the Ravens are still there. I mean,
look how good Lamar Jackson played, and he played second fiddle to Josh Allen.
No doubt.
Just
for 3 quarters.
You know, I say you got to have luck sometimes. Did you see that one pass in there with Josh Allen? The ball gets tipped. And
he still gets
right
touched.
It's time that's going to get intercepted.
But Bobby,
and they caught it.
let me ask you something, Bob and Rich. When y'all suited up, in the pro game, how long did it take you to where you were really comfortable? Because Rattlers,
and you knew what I was doing.
Yeah, when you really picked up
I can
everything.
tell you
Last year.
Me too. When I got all my clothes on.
No, when I knew, even though with the Michigan Panthers, that was USFL, won the championship, against Coach Mora, when I was in the Mile High Stadium and all, I was just like, what do you do? I was just winging it, just making plays. When I was 27 years old, that year we won 9 games in a row, I was not fooled. I knew it. I clicked. I knew mentally always what to do. Now, you got to execute it, and it could be physically, it's a chess match. You have the right play on the right time. But I would say, I really felt so confident, and I started feeling old when I hit about, and started getting hurt, my shoulder and all, when I was 33. So between 27 and 33, I knew what the hell I was doing. I
had a good 6-year run.
And I would be like, and I'm not just tooting my own horn, I guess I am. I say, no, I am one of 15 people in the world that could do this.
Yeah, but
at the highest level.
Have to have that kind of attitude.
Yeah.
You have to have that attitude. And there is that feeling where you're faster than you've ever been, you're stronger than you've ever been, you see the field clearer than you've ever seen it before. And you get that all builds that confidence.
That's what I want to see in Rattler. I want Rattler to have control. I want to see it.
He just needs to win a game. He's 0-7. The supporting cast, I feel sorry for him because he's playing hard. I'm telling you, Rattler, how you handle adversity, he's hanging in there. So I just want him to win a game.
And he managed the game quite well.
Yeah. And just, if he could come away, just come away with that first win.
Shook ain't getting in if he keep playing like that.
No, if he plays that way.
But eventually, you're going to have to pass the baton to Shook. I'm just telling you, it's going to be like the Patriots last year. Brissett had it early, and then maybe you play a bad game.
It's the worst thing for a rookie quarterback to play his first year, unless you're.
I guarantee he's going to play.
He might, but I think it's a detrimental to him in his long.
Well, you sound like Drew Brees with that because Drew says the exact Same thing with
Rattler outplayed
look
several
at the
veterans.
history.
Yeah.
Look at Peyton.
This
Even
weekend.
Peyton Manning had the most interceptions.
and still has that record.
Right.
We'll be back with more Sports on the Bayou.
Right after a short break, Stan Gravois in his Prep Football Roundup.
Selecting an insurance provider for your business is a big decision.
With over 26 years of experience, our offered team is your solution for quality and proven coverage.
The customer service you remember from years ago is what we pride our team on.
We know how important your company is to the community.
From small businesses to large businesses, Alford & Associates can manage your insurance. It's our job.
Alford and Associates, benefiting your employees and protecting your business.
Rouse's Markets is voted best grocery store in New Orleans, best grocery store in Baton Rouge, Mississippi, Gulf Coast, Thibodeau, Houma, Hammond, Lake Charles, Mobile, year after year. Thank you for choosing us best grocery store on the Gulf Coast. Number one. Thank you.
Thank you.
The number one grocery store
In Mississippi, Alabama,
Louisiana. 1 million customers a week can't be wrong. Welcome to Rouse's.
Every day, thousands of people hit the road heading towards their dreams. But sometimes those dreams collide with a harsh reality. Auto accidents with 18-wheelers can change lives in an instant. That's why you need the experience and expertise of St. Martin & Bork. With over 50 years of experience, St. Martin & Bork have fought for justice for the victims of truck accidents.
If you've been in a wreck with an 18-wheeler, know your rights.
Call St. Martin & Bork today to schedule your free consultation.
Sports on the Bayou is brought to you by St. Martin & Bork Attorneys at Law. Know your rights. Alford and Associates, protecting your business, benefiting your employees. And by Rouse's Markets, official supermarket of the New Orleans Saints. Now, back to Sports on the Bayou.
Let's throw it to Stan. Stan Gravois does a great job covering the prep ranks here in our area. Just don't show no highlights of Central and Vanderbilt. I mean, yeah, it's going to be short.
Well, it seems like Martin won a few Vanderbilt highlights.
Well, you got a lot of highlights of Vanderbilt. So, Stan, I will throw it to you.
We'll give the score a little bit later, Mike, but first, it is my pleasure to have here up with me Jamar Celestine, who is a head coach of Houma Christian. Houma Christian got a resounding victory this weekend over Highland Baptist, 48-0. Jamar is such a great guy, such a humble guy, and just got moved up to assistant principal over at Houma Christian. So
congratulations.
A little bit of
Thank you. Thank you.
In general, a 48-0 win to open it up. Talk about the game a little bit.
Very exciting. We last year we was hit by the injury bug a lot. So this year we wanted to come back and just revamp things, and it started with the weight room in the summer. And the kid got a little bit of taste of success. You know, you want him to get that first opening win. And we was hitting on all cylinders. Of course, 3 phases of the game: special teams, offense, and defense. The kids brought their A game. They did everything that we asked them to do. And as a coach, I was so proud of them. And we left with injury-free, so that was most important.
This week they have Frederick Douglass. That game will be played here in Houma. So obviously they opened up on the road last week. A school that is a AA school, lots of kids that have to go both ways, that have to play, that play basketball, that play every sport you have at the school, right?
Absolutely. We have to share athletes. But the kids do a great job of just buying into what it is you ask them to do. They always show up on time. Like this summer, we changed the schedule. We went from 6 to 9 early in the morning, so they had to get up at 5 a.m. So we was very fortunate for parents to support us, and the kids showed up, and it's showing in their play.
I also would like to recognize the other folks from Houma Christian. It all starts with the leader. Angel Toops is here, the principal of Houma Christian. A nice hand for Angel. Right across from Angel is Sandy Charlotte, who is the assistant athletic director, and she heads up the volleyball program. That's 2-1 on the year as they just started theirs.
Right.
Sandy. Next to her is Camarcus Jones, who assists with football, but he is the basketball coach there. And across from Camarcus is Tony Bro, who's CCP and basically runs Jabil Tires. So, yeah, you know, he helps out at the school, too. So great to have them all here. A real quick look at scores from this past week, and yes, Mike, we are going to have to give that score to.
Yeah.
Holy Cross with 16 seconds left gets by E.D. White. Ooh, Vanderbilt puts it on Central Lafourche. Thibodeau, 7 better than South Lafourche. It was a good game, though.
Well, they were hanging. They hung in there.
It was a good game. Terrebonne gets by Riverside Academy.
And Riverside's a good team, too. That's a big win for them.
Riverside's got 2 8th graders that start that could play anywhere.
Wow.
I mean, it's very impressive. H.L. Bourgeois, unfortunately, goes down. South Terrebonne shuts out my great-great-grandfather, Ave Como. CCA wins over Thomas Jefferson. We talked about Owen a little bit earlier, and he obviously helped with that. Assumption gets smacked by Donaldsonville, a little bit of a surprise. Ellender goes down to Livingston Collegiate. Morgan City, my guy Mark Danos got his first win. Mark's such a great guy. Congratulations to Mark. Central Catholic, no problem with White Castle, and we finished it up with that big win by Houma Christian, 48-0. This week, Frederick Douglass, what might we expect?
A lot of speed on their side of the ball, defense and offensively, so we're going to have to control the ball. A lot of things, special teams is going to play a big part of this week. Just watching film, just understanding what are their strengths and weaknesses. So we hoping that special teams will be A+ for us this week.
Coach, don't let them get complacent. That's the worst thing in the world. Big win, you start everybody telling you you're great, and you start believing it.
Yes, sir.
Well, he has the voice. It sounds like Barry White.
A couple of things.
He needs to sing Happy Birthday.
Jamar's uncle is, for a lot of people here who really know sports, was Pete Burke, who was
brother.
That's my brother.
Your brother? Okay.
Yes, that's my brother.
And brother, I'm sorry. And I also wanted to add, for people who don't know Frederick Douglass, that's the old Francis T. Nichols from back in the day.
Okay.
So the schools are always changing names. That's the school they're playing. Francis, the year we won in 91, the state championship, that's who we opened up with in the playoffs. So they're still around. They're just not called the same thing. They went in the transfer portal.
Okay, yeah.
We have to take a break now. Thanks, Jamar. We'll be back with more Sports on the Bayou right after this.
Don't fall asleep now, because when we come back, I'll give away an award to someone who's in the audience on my Stay to Play segment.
Every day, thousands of people hit the road heading towards their dreams. But sometimes those dreams collide with a harsh reality. Auto accidents with 18-wheelers can change lives in an instant. That's why you need the experience and expertise of St. Martin & Bork. With over 50 years of experience, St. Martin & Bork have fought for justice for the victims of truck accidents.
If you've been in a wreck with an 18-wheeler, know your rights.
Call St. Martin & Bork today to schedule your free consultation.
Rouse's Markets is voted best grocery store in New Orleans, best grocery store in Baton Rouge, Mississippi, Gulf Coast, Thibodeau, Houma, Hammond, Lake Charles, Mobile, year after year. Thank you for choosing us best grocery store on the Gulf Coast. Number 1. Thank you.
Thank you.
The number 1 grocery store
In Mississippi, Alabama,
Louisiana. 1 million customers a week can't be wrong. Welcome to Rouse's.
Sports on the Bayou is brought to you by Alford and Associates, protecting your business, benefiting your employees. Rouse's Markets, official supermarket of the New Orleans Saints. And St. Martin & Bork Attorneys at Law. Know your rights. Now, back to more Sports on the Bayou.
Back here on Sports on the Bayou, it's our Stay to Play segment. Martin, I'll throw it to you. You got the Rouse crew here.
Oh, yeah, we'll throw it back in the hand. You can throw that one back, but we got Allie, Rouse, Royce. To say that 3 times quick, that's 3rd generation Rouses. Y'all give them a hand. They do a lot for our community. And that's Billy, her husband, right there in the front. And then, of course, Tim Acosta, who we deal with directly with Harley and all them. He's married to 2nd generation Rouses. So,
enough.
All right. Tim, you got that cage straight?
Yeah, Martin.
Okay, yeah, we don't. But it's probably the door.
It's rigged.
Yeah. Hey, now I'm hoping I don't win.
Come on, look how
All right, let's
Tim
see.
is
Must
so
be the
honest.
door.
Look at it. Again, everybody a chance. That's
All right, there we go. Slip it back in there. All right, look, I'm just going to do it like this. I'm not going to go all the way.
Martin, you can't
So,
put
Allie,
in your barrel.
The first one's going to be $50.
All right.
50 cash. All right, Allie, I'll let you pull it in there, and you could read that number out. First one's $50. And Allie, let's see what we got.
028281.
Uh-oh. That's mine. Aunt Miriam, I'm giving it to you. Come on.
All right.
I got my ticket right here. This is proof.
So how many times has Martin won over the years?
This is proof. Aunt Miriam, come on up.
Yeah.
265.
It's nice he gives it to his family.
How can every time you do this, a false family member always win?
Hey, sometimes it just happens. I also won a gun for the third year in a row in the Joe H. raffle. I'm on a roll, baby. All right, we got one more. Who's going to pull this one? Allie, you going to pull it?
Allie, go back.
Allie, we need to give you some airtime. Donnie gets all the doggone airtime, man.
That's by design.
That's pretty good.
028301.
301.
Is it you again, Martin?
Nope, not me. If it was me, I'd keep quiet. Anybody?
All right,
All right, here we go.
Say going once.
$50.
Oh, here we go. Congrats.
Percy's not happy about that. But once again, Rouse is 65 years, right?
65 years, that's right.
I'm going to put that by Tim. Tim, say a little bit. 65 years.
Yes, 65 years. So, yeah, like I said, Mr. Rouse opened his first store in 1960, Martin, right there at Old Sea Road. You know, him and his cousin.
Me and Bobby were born that year.
Huh?
Yeah, 65.
Yeah, I know. We had
That's a
Bobby's
magic
birthday
number.
a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah.
Sent him a cake and all that. But no, it's just amazing. 65 years. We have 66 stores right now, and across
states.
3 states. So still over 7,000, team members. Yeah, a lot going on. We serve a lot of communities across the whole Gulf Coast, and it's just it's just a wonderful thing. And the family, the third generation, Allie and Donnie, and 2 of my sons are also involved with running the business today. My nephew Blake, and so I know Mr. Rouse and Mrs. Rouse are very, very proud of the business and the legacy, and passing it on with the third generation, taking it into the future. So.
Yeah, and me and Harry used to go visit that first store that was at the drive-in theater over there. You remember that, Harry? We used to sneak in the trunk to get in to watch the movie. Man.
You know what? It's
now it's a Rouse's supermarket.
Hey, to show you how aware Tim and the team at Rouse's are, we do remotes at different stores everywhere, and what do you want to drink? So give me a sparkling water. Somebody, Perrier, Pellegrino, whatever. Well, Rouse has their own sparkling water from Italy. Rouse is sparkling water now. They go scout.
That's all he'll drink.
They go scout. They scout all around the world.
Right.
So they always have the Rouse's sparkling water.
Yeah,
I'm telling you. If you do a blind test, you would know you're drinking Pellegrino, Perrier, whatever. It's like.
That's all you need.
I feel like a sophisticated Cajun when I drink that.
Well, you know what? I got to say, kudos to the Rouse family to go down 3 generations, because it's if you look statistically, you're lucky you make it to the 2nd generation to pass down that kind of business. Third generation percentages are extremely low. But you said something that just hit me. You didn't call your 7,000 people employees. You called them team members.
That's right.
And that's part of why you guys are successful. I know that you treat them right. So.
And just real quick before we go to a break, how many of y'all want to see Allie on the next commercial or one after that?
No.
Come on, can we give her a hand? Hey. All right, Allie. All right, Mike.
We'll be back with more Sports on the Bayou.
Coming up, a look at next week's game.
And as you can see behind me, the Fury now is starting to happen. The wind's now probably a steady 30 miles per hour, and you'll get gusts from 40 to 45 miles per hour. Of course, that's probably the outer winds of the storm. And if this is the outer winds of the storm, believe me, I don't want to experience the fury of 140 mile per hour wind.
Don't go to sleep on this tonight and think you're going to wake up and it may be a 1 or it may be gone. Think of it as a 3 or a 4.
Now let's track this hurricane, because all indications are it's coming right for Terrebonne and Lafourche.
Sports on the Bayou is brought to you by Rouse's Markets, official supermarket of the New Orleans Saints. Alford and Associates, protecting your business, benefiting your employees. And St. Martin and Bork Attorneys at Law. Know your rights. Now, back with more Sports on the Bayou.
Back here on Sports on the Bayou, guys, I think the Saints have a legitimate shot to win this week against the 49ers. You told me that 2 weeks ago, I'd have said no way.
What's the spread?
No, it's 6.5.
The same thing as the Cardinals.
That's interesting.
But that may change because of Purdy.
Yeah.
So if you want to bet, take the points. I would do it now, before you find out really about Purdy.
Well,
and take a shot at it.
Well, the way I look at it, and so the Who Dat Nation don't get ticked off at me. I always pick the Saints. What are you talking about? Now, might be with the spread. I said, I don't know if we're going to beat the Cardinals, but I said, I'm taking the Saints and the 6.5, and I lost by half a point.
It was close.
Yeah,
it was
so
close.
So the Saints
we'll be
have
back
a chance.
next week with
Same thing with
another version
LSU.
of Sports on the Bayou.
We'll see you next week on Sports on the Bayou.
The farther I went, the more people I seen all my heroes. Staubach, Drew Pearson, Terry Bradshaw. I kicked the extra point. I kicked off. I ran punch back. I ran kicks back. I played safety. When I met Martin Falls, it was called Park. He was playing with the Rebels, and I was playing with the Tigers. Those teams back then was like, whoa, you know? In fact, we played against each other through our whole career. And we're the best of friends still today. They still can pull Skippy Ezel up and recall his past, what he did in life. I wish I'd had HTV to support me when I was at South Turbo.
Ezel throws a great pass. It was one-on-one coverage. And Jerry Gordon, with his great speed, it's very hard to cover one-on-one.
I want to thank HTV for keeping Skippy Ezel in the lights.
You gotta try this. And some of those. Ooh, and definitely that. You won't be disappointed, but just know you can only get it here. Up and down Louisiana's Cajun Bayou in Lafourche Parish. Y'all come visit. We're just 35 miles south of New Orleans. Hungry? Let's eat!